I don't think Christmas for me has been the same for. What was the last Christmas I really enjoyed? Just Christmas 2017 wasn't really a big deal for me either. I got some nice things that year. Uh, Pretty much the last year I got nice things though. I didn't get anything nice last year or this year I got nice stuff, but it was because of internet friends. But I feel like Christmas, the reason people care about the reason people care about Christmas so much is because they're waiting. They're waiting for the day where they get the stuff that they've wanted all year. Well, that was me when I was a kid. Is that we only had a small amount of money each year. So on Christmas and birthdays, you had to make a count. You had to choose, which one. Which one is best? Which one do you want the most? And if you got something you didn't like, it was like a huge regret because you only got 2 times throughout the year. And so I was very strategic with what I tried to pick for Christmas each year. And waiting for it was like an anticipation. It was pleasurable, the preparations, the process of making it to Christmas Day. But Christmas Day itself is only like cool for a few hours. Is that once you get into starting to watch the Christmas parade and stuff, it always feels kind of almost nihilistic at that point. You're like, okay, I'm watching the parade now. We already opened everything. And I'm playing with my stuff and all that, but no, I remember when I was really little and we had the bigger Christmases, big tree, big toys going everywhere and this kind of stuff. And snow, oh yeah, snow came with it. There's like, I think probably 2 years out of my entire life where I had snow and Christmas at the same time. And it just so happened that I was small enough to be able to get under the wrapping paper and to play in the wrapping paper. That's what I miss about being little, is that you're small enough to run around and play in the wrapping paper. I can't do that now. 5'9.5" adult. I can't do that now. And so here I am, looking back at what the Christmases used to be. I can't help but feel like Christmas Day today is just any other day. Like Magos, he has his whole thing where he made Christmas Day, the 2 hour and 40-minute Endless Jest inspired movie or whatever that no one but me watched. And it's like, okay, that's Christmas Day 2016, 2015, whatever. Okay, I can kind of see that. But then it would be special for you. But for me, I don't have anything like that, that I can connect it to, that brings back the spark or the special feeling that you had when you were a kid. Like, this is the special day we wait for, and we have all of our aesthetics at this time of year that mean something, and it's pretty, and there's snow. So I don't really have any of that. Like, this Christmas I'm praying for rain. Today, well, actually, technically it's yesterday because it's past 12 a.m. now, but yesterday it rained all day, and it was so pretty. I wish I had an umbrella so I could walk out in it, because I didn't want to get that wet with my phone. I wanted to record the rain, but my phone's not waterproof. So I couldn't go out and record anything. And I wish there was rain. This Christmas I'll pray for rain. I remember what it used to be like. Like, they have the meme with the boomer, and the meme is, if only you knew how bad things really are, and you put various faces on 4chan with that picture. Like, if you're a lefty poll user, you have, like, if only you knew how bad things really are with, like, marks. But the older versions of the memes had, like, Hitler, and they had there's some funny versions of the memes. Like, you had the one with Shaun of the Dead, the main character of Shaun of the Dead, and if only you knew how bad things really are. But now the meme, they changed it to where it has the 4chan post, if only you knew how good things used to be, and it's a subversion on the 4chan post, if only you knew how bad things really are, superimposed onto another picture. And so that's the joke, and they have the boomer face on it. And I feel kind of like that boomer meme from 4chan sometimes, where, I know it's retarded, but, my past wasn't good. I had a pretty terrible childhood. But there are certain memories I look to, stealing all of the chocolate out of the Christmas calendar. I felt pretty bad for that at the time. No one was mad at me, though, and then because no one was mad at me, I felt even worse, because I was pretty used to people getting mad at me, and so usually when people weren't mad at me, I just felt even worse than I would have if they didn't get mad at me. If they got mad at me, it was easier for me to forget about it and just not care. But when people didn't get mad, I felt really, really bad for what I did. And that was something I thought about for a couple years, was eating the chocolate out of the Christmas calendar. But I'm thinking about it now, and to be honest with you, maybe it was a good decision. I mean, I can make a video about it. Like, if I can talk about it now, maybe it's a good decision. But have you ever thought about how not sleeping is kind of like, it's kind of like a heightened, better version of reality than sleeping? Well, sleeping's better than reality, but not sleeping is better than being awake. Or, no, not sleeping is better than being awake normally. And I've noticed that a lot with me, is that I like to be awake when I'm asleep. Or I like to be asleep when I'm awake. these withdrawal symptoms have been making it really hard for me to sleep. When you take an antipsychotic medicine, it makes it easier for you to sleep. And that's kind of the goal. But now, my eyes keep watering all the time. For the last day, my eyes have been watering all the time and I can't sleep. I get these faint noises in the distance and the shadow people playing with me. It's no thank you told me to sketch the shadow people. But I didn't walk to my desk to go get the papers to write about the shadow people or to draw them. And so I laid in bed instead. It's like when you have the pain of a kidney stone doubled on to the pain of doubled on to the pain of withdrawal symptoms from these getting off this antipsychotics. I don't think it's fun. I didn't even I didn't get advice from my doctor. I just stopped taking it. I just stopped taking it. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. What I have noticed is that my heart isn't palpitating all the time. That's good. But I've noticed the hallucinations came back worse, for a moment at least, than it was before. That wasn't fun. Now it's just kind of around. You know, I like writing with analogies. I really like analogies, where you take one English word and you put a colon in front of it, and then you have another English word that goes after it, and they're analogous to one another. They're analogies. Analogies. I really like those a lot. The UK election was really depressing, but I kind of expected it. I feel like everything these days is a bit depressing, though. Like, everything that happens is pretty depressing. But in the same way, I feel jolly. I have a holly jolly Christmas. If it ain't, I don't, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. You know that one? I don't really feel the song. I don't really feel the song. I'll have a holly jolly I don't really feel the music, the Christmas way. I don't feel it the way that I used to. And maybe that's my fault. Or maybe it's not being excited for things the way that I used to. It's like at Christmas time, you're excited to get something new. Like, now when I got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Nintendo Entertainment System, it's an old game. It's a very good game. It's a very good game. And when I got that game for Christmas, I was so excited. And I played it, and I played it, and I played it. And I almost beat the game, too. I almost beat the game. But I think most things I'm pretty indifferent to now, though. Not positive or strong, no strong feelings one way or the other, like, neutral. A neutral response. I think I've always been pretty incoherent. In some videos, it's like I fluctuate between the two. I can understand what I mean and what I'm saying. But when I listen back enough times, I gotta wonder, does the audience know? Maybe that's not the point. Like, maybe it's more about the experience of being this. I think maybe it's inspiring to some people to still see me kicking around after all this time. But my problem is I'm self-aware, but not enough. I think that's always my problem. I'm close to the problem, but I can't find it. Like kid gloves. Kid gloves. Kid gloves. And try to sleep. I need to go back. Where did the audio? Ow! It's so bright. The phone is so bright.